So this is a pretty interesting news story which came to me via Twitter user Barbecue, who actually discovered this and took a screenshot and sent it to me. What we were talking about today is Google Messages and how it works on Microsoft's Surface Duo. As you know, we've talked to this channel a whole bunch about how apps are beginning to better and better support larger display devices, but also dual screen devices, oftentimes by complete coincidence. And today we have a new one to talk about, and it's a pretty big one because it's one that a lot of us use all the time. Let's take a look first at Google Messages on my Z Fold 4, and we'll talk about what it does here, and then we're going to look at it on Surface Duo 2 and show where something kind of cool has happened. So here we are on my Galaxy Z Fold 4, and this is what Google Messages looks like on the tablet screen, right? You have your list of messages here, and then you have the actual messages that will pop up over on this right-hand side. And, you know, for the longest time, when you did this on Surface Duo or Duo 2, this is what would happen. You would get this on the left screen and then the message on the right. But the problem was the split was off-centered. It was off to the left, which meant that you kind of had like the hinge still covering up your messages. It just did not work particularly well. Well, this is what apparently has changed. Because if you are running the current beta for Google Messages from the Google Play Store and you span that app, you are going to get a new appearance here. This thing is actually going to be working correctly with your messages on one side and the actual message itself on the other. Now, I don't know how well you're going to be able to see this because I have to keep some stuff blurred here just for personal privacy. But on the right screen, the first letter of Jessie's name as well as half of her face is cut off. Part of the plus symbol down there to add things is cut off. If you go to type something, your keyboard is a thumb keyboard split across both screens. But overall, this is working really, really well. For those curious, on the original Surface Duo, it is exactly the same. That little cutoff there is actually the first two letters of Jessie's name. It actually is a bit worse because the screens don't curve around the inside to give you a little bit more screen real estate. This is very interesting. We are very, very close to this working correctly, but I think that perhaps this indicates something a bit more interesting because the behavior is different on a dual screen device than it is on a normal larger screen tablet device. And this is something I've been talking about, that we're seeing these apps that are going to be updated to work better with larger screen and different form factor devices. But a lot of them, that split was not where the hinge was. We would say, man, it almost works on Duo, but the split is in the wrong place, so it doesn't. Well, this might indicate that apps are going to be able to intelligently know, hey, is this a single large screen or is this a dual screen device? And then present to you a layout, a UI that's going to make more sense on your device. Google Messages is like 95% of the way there. It's totally usable as it is, and it's better than it was before. This is an improvement. Does this mean more apps are going to adopt this sort of approach where it can be malleable and adapt to the different screen size or screen types that it detects itself being on? I think this is very, very possible, and I think that it is a good indicator of things that are yet to come. Again, big shout out to Barbecue himself for pointing this out to me, for sharing this with me. Thank you for that. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. I will see you on the next one. And until next time, stay nerdy, my friends.